More than 165,000 men and women spread around the globe represent Baylor University. Through their lives spent fulfilling their callings, they share a bond that connects Baylor Bears across the generations, and they are the pride of our university. Their energy, enthusiasm, and efforts on behalf of their alma mater have helped Baylor to achieve national prominence in American higher education. The 2014 Meritorious Achievement Award winners exemplify the significant contributions made by our alumni and friends and reflect the distinctive Christian mission that is at the heart of Baylor University. Derek Haas loved to write. On his 6th birthday, he asked his parents for a typewriter, and with his Betamax video camera, set about creating stories about life in Richardson, Texas. An English major at Baylor who would go on to earn a master's in English literature, Derek signed up for a screenwriting class that would collide him with two people who would forever change his life. The first, Professor Bob Darden, and the second, the fellow student who would go on to become his writing partner for the next 20 years, Michael Brandt. Realizing the two had similar tastes and were better writing together, Derek joined Michael on the West Coast and never looked back. They sold their first script in 1999 and watched their first movie make it to the screen in 2003. Since then, their films have grossed more than $600 million worldwide at the box office. In between scripts, Derek authored the best-selling Silver Bear trilogy, earning praise from the New York Times Book Review. He founded PopcornFiction.com, which publishes and promotes short stories by other authors. And in 2012, he reteamed with his longtime partner to bring to the small screen the successful NBC primetime dramas Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, for which he serves as writer and executive producer. Making time to return and meet with Baylor students and helping shape the screenwriting curriculum to propel the next generation of filmmakers. And to honor the man who kickstarted their incredible journey, Derek and Michael continue to kill a character named Darden in every one of their productions. If Derek Haas's path to Hollywood was a straight line, Michael Brandt's was, well, a little more circuitous. Growing up in Overland Park, Kansas, Michael was on his way to earning a business degree when he realized he was miscast. Having interned at a local television station, he wanted to tell stories and proceeded to convince Professor Michael Corpy to help him become a director. What he became under Dr. Corpy's guidance was an editor, stepping into the cutting-edge world of non-linear editing. At the time, Baylor had one of the first Avid systems in the country. Suddenly, young Michael's new skill set catapulted him ahead of the curve, and 2 years later landed him in Hollywood, editing for some of the nation's top directors. In between jobs, he collaborated long distance with writing partner Derek Haas, and when the two reunited in LA, they became the force behind a series of top features, including the film 3:10 to Yuma, which in 2007 opened #1 at the box office. In 2011, Michael made his directorial debut with an original screenplay developed by he and Derek, and rode their partnership into network television, where, if you watch closely, you'll find characters with names like Browning, Neff, Penland, Handcammer, and of course, Darden. 20 years later, Michael Brandt is still telling stories and still beyond grateful for Baylor's remarkable investment in him. It's why he and Derek continue to consult with Baylor faculty to champion the technologies that turn out students with real-world skills and to provide tangible opportunities for Baylor grads who follow their dream, no matter how circuitous their path. Graduating in 2008 with a degree in interior design, Katie Norris thought she'd found her career, but she had yet to find her calling. Yearning to do more with her life, she remembered the words of a professor, Dr. Adair Bowen, who encouraged her to look beyond her major, to use her passion for photography, and follow her heart. Then came the call that would change her life. A heartbroken mother whose 8-month-old son had been diagnosed with a brain tumor was looking for someone to photograph him before he underwent treatment. That family's story, as told through Katie's photos and an inspirational video, was watched by over 9,000 people in the first 30 minutes it appeared online. In that moment, Photolanthropy was born, a nonprofit created by Katie, dedicated to capturing and sharing stories of people who have overcome life-changing adversity. But Katie faced her own adversity. Having staged a garage sale to buy her first camera, resources were thin. When the stories began to pour in, she used Kickstarter to raise money for video equipment. And to sustain her mission beyond donations, Katie created a commercial product line of camera straps with a percentage of profits going to fund Photolanthropy. In 2012, Katie flew to Fort Bragg, North Carolina to meet Staff Sergeant Travis Mills, one of only 5 surviving quadruple amputees from the war in Afghanistan. Her award-winning documentary chronicling his heroic journey, A Soldier's Story, was screened to standing ovations in 30 cities across the country. Since that fateful call, Photolanthropy has completed over 15 stories and 9 short films. Katie's initial vision has mushroomed into a nationwide community of professional photographers and filmmakers. And the young girl from Baylor who followed her heart found a way to touch ours. Please welcome Derek Haas, Michael Brandt, and Katie Norris to the stage.